Hello, adventurers. I'm Emma, and today we're stepping into the wild heart of Norway. This isn't just about travel, it's about pushing your limits and discovering the raw power of nature. We'll explore 10 of Norway's most scenic and challenging hikes, each with its own story. Imagine lacing up your boots, feeling the mountain air, and taking that first step. From iconic ledges above fjords to valleys where ancient giants sleep, every trail is a chapter in Norway's epic saga. This journey is about the thrill of the climb, the peace of the summit, and the connection we forge with the wilderness. Let's begin this incredible expedition together. Our first challenge, Trolltunga, the Troll's Tongue, a pilgrimage for adventurers worldwide. The trail is long and demanding, testing your endurance and spirit. You'll push through rocky terrain, climb steadily, and feel the landscape transform around you. The silence is broken only by the wind and your heartbeat. After hours of effort, you reach the legendary ledge, jutting 700 meters above Lake Ringerdalsvatnet. The scale is immense, humbling you with the sheer power of nature. Carefully, you step onto the ledge, the wind whipping around you, the fjord stretching below. You're suspended between sky and water, a moment of pure adrenaline. This is more than a photo op. It's a profound connection with the wild. You feel the history, the eons it took to carve this landscape. The fatigue vanishes, replaced by awe and accomplishment. Trolltunga is a true test, and the reward is unforgettable. It's a memory forged in sweat and determination. Here you conquer not just the trail, but your own limits. This is what it means to be truly alive. Trolltunga, a challenge, a triumph, a story you'll never forget. Next, we journey to Preikestolen, the Pulpit Rock, a flat-topped monolith rising 604 meters above Fjord. The hike is more accessible than Trolltunga, but still demands respect. The path winds through forests and over glacier-polished granite. Each step upward builds anticipation, the fjord glimpsed through the trees. At the top, you stand on a perfect plateau, sheer drops on three sides. Sit on the edge, dangle your feet and gaze at the magnificent view. The Fjord snakes below, boats like tiny toys. Up here, worries shrink, dwarfed by the landscape's scale. It's a place for reflection and gratitude. You feel a connection to the earth, a sense of your place in this wild tapestry. Preikestolen isn't just a hike, it's an experience that changes you. The view leaves an indelible mark on your soul. This is nature's grand sermon. Prepare for a high-altitude adventure on the Romsdalsegen Ridge. This demanding ridge walk takes you high above the Romsdalen Valley with panoramic mountain views. The ascent is steep, the trail narrow, the world dropping away on either side. You scramble over rocks, gaining elevation with every step. The legendary peaks of the Romsdalen Alps, including Trollveggen, come into view. On the ridge, you walk a narrow spine of rock, the valley floor far below. Sometimes you're above a sea of clouds, peaks like islands in white. Every step requires focus. This is active meditation. At the highest point, a 360-degree view rewards your effort. You feel immense freedom and connection to the mountains. Romsdalsegen is a journey to a higher perspective, literally and metaphorically. Welcome to Besegen Ridge, where you walk between two worlds. The trail runs along a narrow ridge, with deep blue Gjenda Lake on one side and emerald green Besvatnet far below on the other. The journey begins with a boat ride across Gjenda, surrounded by Jotunheimen's towering peaks. The climb is steady, the views dramatic, the air pure. At the ridge, you're suspended between sapphire and emerald, a geological masterpiece. The final scramble is thrilling, requiring sure footing and focus. The sensation of walking between these two lakes is unforgettable. Every sense is engaged, the rock under your hands, the wind, the colors. Completing Besegen is a badge of honor, a story you'll tell for years. This is the day you walked between the blue and the green. For those who crave a true test of nerve, we head to Kjeragbolten. The hike is strenuous, with steep ascents and chains to help you up the rock. The landscape is stark and beautiful, anticipation building with every step. At the end, you face the boulder, wedged in a crevasse, suspended nearly 1,000 meters above Fjord. The ledge to the boulder is narrow, with no handrails, just you, the rock, and the drop. Stepping onto Preikestolen is an act of pure trust and courage. The adrenaline surge is immense. For a moment, you stand above the world, conquering fear itself. It's one of the most unforgettable photo ops on the planet. But it's more than that. It's a victory over your own limits. The journey is as rewarding as the destination. Preikestolen, a challenge for the brave. Will you dare to step out? Now we descend into the lush Aurlandsdalen Valley, the Grand Canyon of Norway. This classic trail takes you from Osterbo to Vassbygdi, following the Aurlandselvi River. The landscape shifts from barren highlands to vibrant forests, waterfalls crashing all around. The sound of water is your constant companion. The trail is challenging, with narrow ledges and steep sections. You pass old farmsteads, reminders of the valley's history and resilience. The air is thick with the scent of pine and earth, the colors vivid. Here you're sheltered by valley walls, enveloped by nature's embrace. At the end you feel deep satisfaction, having journeyed through Norway's natural diversity. Sometimes adventure is about finding peace in the heart of the wild. Every adventurer dreams of standing on the highest point. Welcome to Guldhoppigen, Norway's tallest peak. At 2,469 meters, it's the roof of northern Europe. Two main routes lead to the summit. One crosses the Stigabreen Glacier with a guide, the other climbs from Preikestolen. Both are relentless ascents into a world of ice and snow. The air thins, the landscape turns to rock and permanent snowfields. The final push is a true test of will, the wind fierce, the weather unpredictable. Reaching the summit cabin is pure elation. You've made it. The view is breathtaking. Jagged peaks and glaciers as far as the eye can see. You're looking out over a quarter of mainland Norway. Pride and accomplishment fill you. This is more than a climb. You've stood on the pinnacle of a nation. The memory will empower you long after you descend. Far north above the Arctic Circle lies Senja, Norway's fairy tale island. Here, jagged mountains plunge into turquoise sea, and every trail offers wild, untamed beauty. Senja is Norway in miniature beaches, steep ridges, and solitude. The iconic hike to Heston gives you the classic view of Segla, a sail-shaped peak rising from the fjord. The trail is steep, but the reward is a mountain and sea vista like no other. The ocean is always present, the salty air, crashing waves, and soaring sea eagles. Weather is wild and unpredictable, adding to the adventure. Every turn reveals a new, breathtaking view. Senja's trails are for those seeking drama, solitude, and a touch of magic. Next, we head to the legendary Lofoten Islands, where granite peaks rise from the sea. The climb up Reinebringen is short but brutally steep, over 1,500 stone steps. As you ascend, the view opens. Islands, water, and fishing villages below. At the top, you reach the most famous view in Norway, Reine, nestled among sharp peaks and blue fjords. The panorama is pure Lofoten magic, capturing the spirit of these islands. Sit on the ridge, watch the light change, and soak in the beauty. The climb is tough, but the triumph at the top is unforgettable. This is Norway at its most iconic. For our final adventure, we enter Dovrefjell National Park, a vast ancient plateau. Here, wide-open spaces and rolling hills replace sharp peaks. The park is home to the prehistoric muskox, survivors from the last ice age. Hiking here is about humility and endurance, the trails less defined, the landscape stark. The summit of Snøhetta dominates the horizon, a symbol of Norway's spirit. Spotting musk oxen grazing on the tundra is a window into the past. The silence is immense, broken only by wind or distant wildlife. Trekking Dovrefjell leaves you with peace and a deep connection to the wild. It's a fitting end, a reminder that adventure is about timeless connection, not just views. Our journey through Norway's wildest hikes comes to an end. We've stood on epic ledges, walked between worlds, and felt the ancient spirit of the land. I hope this adventure has sparked your desire to explore. If you're inspired, please subscribe and join our community of adventurers. Share your hiking dreams or favorite Norwegian spots in the comments. I read every one. Let's keep the spirit of adventure alive together. Until next time, stay wild and never stop exploring.